Hey, darling. David and Doc Moody here. Say hi, Moody. Hello. Okay, darling. I'm going to read the vision of the prophet Ezekiel. The beginning, the chapter 1 of prophet Ezekiel, that it describes when Ezekiel saw God come down from heaven. And it goes like this. Chapter 1. Now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river Kibar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God. In the 5th day of the month, that was the 5th year of King Jehoiakim's captivity, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Kibar, and the hand of the Lord was there upon him. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof was the color of amber, and out of the midst of the fire, also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. This was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. And every one had 4 faces, and every one had 4 wings, and their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. And they had the hands of men under their wings, of their 4 sides, and they had 4 faces in their wings. And their wings were joined one to another, and they turned not when they went. They went every one straight forward. As for the likeness of their faces, they had 4 had the face of a man, and the face of a lion on the right side, and they had the face of an ox on the left side. And they 4 also had the face of an eagle. Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward, 2 wings of every one, which were joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies. And they went every one straight forward. Whither the Spirit was to go, they went, and they turned not when they went. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures. The fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. And the living creatures ran toward the living creatures ran and returned at the appearance of a flash of lightning. Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of beryl. They 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work as it were a wheel in the midst of a wheel. And when they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. As for their wings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about them 4. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures lifted up from the earth, the wheels lifted up. Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went. Thither was the Spirit to go, and the wheels were. One moment while I change the page. Lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. When those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. And the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creatures was as the color of the terrible crystal, stretched forth over their heads above. And under the firmament were their wings straight, the one towards the other. Every one had 2, which covered on this side, and every one had 2, which covered on that side, their bodies. And when they went, I heard the noise of their wings, like the great noise of great waters, as the voice of the Almighty, the voice of speech, as the noise of an host, when they stood and they let down their wings. And there was a voice from the firmament that was over their heads when they stood and had let down their wings. And above the firmament that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne, and the appearance of a sapphire stone. And upon the likeness of the throne was the likeness as the appearance of a man above upon it. And I saw as the color of amber, as the appearance of fire round about within it, from the appearance of his loins even upward, from the appearance of his loins even downward. I saw as it were the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about, as the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain. So was the appearance of the brightness round about. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord, and when I saw it, I fell upon my face, and then I heard a voice that spake. Wonderful. That's my favorite part of Ezekiel. I'm going to go to my second favorite part of Ezekiel, which is chapter 37, where it describes the resurrection. Chapter 37 of Ezekiel. One moment while I change the page. Chapter 37 of Ezekiel. Here, Moody's going to say hello. Hello. Okay, chapter 37. The hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit, and set me in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. And it came me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in an open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord God, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, Prophesy unto these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, Behold, I will cause breath to enter in you, and ye shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and I will bring up flesh upon you, and I'll cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So I prophesied, and as I commanded, as I prophesied, there was a noise. And behold, a shaking, and these bones came together, bone to bone. And I behold, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, and there was no breath in them. And he said unto me, Prophesy to the wind, prophesy, son of man, say to the wind, Thus saith the Lord God, Come from the four winds, O breath, upon, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood up upon their feet, an exceedingly great army. And he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, Our bones are dried, and our hope is lost, and we are cut off from our parts. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O my people, I will open your graves, and cause you to come out of your graves, and bring you into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I'll place you in your own land, and ye shall know that I, the Lord, have spoken it and performed it, saith the Lord. For the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it for Judah, and for the children of Israel his companions. Then take another stick, and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel his companions. And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. The stick whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before thine eyes. Excuse me. Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountain of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And there shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided in two kingdoms any more at all. neither they shall defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places, wherein they have sinned, and I will cleanse them, so they shall be my people, and I shall be their God. And David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd, and they shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes, and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, and even they and their children, and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them, and it shall be an everlasting covenant with them. And I will place them and multiply them, and set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. My tabernacle also shall be with them. Yeah, I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And the heathen shall know that I, the Lord, do sanctify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore. Period. That's the end of Ezekiel. That's chapter 37. And all right, Doc, Moody, and David out.